Everybody seems to have faced such a situation. Water gets into a cell phone, or even worse, a cell phone into water. One, two, three. Let's say for 3 seconds, but there is plenty of advice for such an occasion. But which of them really work? Let's try to check. We bought several ordinary smartphones. They're all the same. They're all real. They all work. We're going to put them in our fish tank, one by one. And then we'll try to bring them to life using various ways. At the end of the show, we'll open them and find out the reason of the death or the survival on the contrary. First of all, we have to remove the battery. The first way seems to be the most logical. Dry the cell phone with a hair dryer, like we all dry our hair. In theory, hot air must cope with water that got into the cell phone. But in reality, we got a reverse effect. The hair dryer can blow the water even deeper, and some components may fuse because of high temperature. So if you decided to dry your cell phone, do it using a partial cold mode. The second way of saving a drowned cell phone. One, two, three. Here it is. First of all, we remove the battery. And if you don't want to dry it with the help of a hair dryer, put it in a fridge. Even if it doesn't survive, it will be saved for next generations. Supporters of this method can be divided into 2 parts. Some experts think that the low temperatures can decrease the oxidation rate. The older experts put their hopes on the famous function no frost. Its operation concept is to dry the air inside a fridge as much as possible. The next method we found on the internet. 1, 2, 3. Fortunately, it's not the most popular method, but at the same time, if the statistics don't lie, some users still try to bring their cell phones to life with the use of microwave ovens. Of course, it will be no good, but not to be baseless. Maximum capacity. Let's go. A microwave oven is a source of electromagnetic radiation. When exposed to its waves, metal components of the cell phone that conduct electricity spark, warm up, and as a result, set fire to the phone body and other plastic components. The battery, unless you pull it out in advance, will fuse as well. Actually, this method of bringing your cell phone to life resembles a defibrillator at work, but after this procedure, you won't bring the patient to life for sure. Well, I think it's enough. I'm not going to take it with bare hands. Oh, whew. Okay. If somebody tells me that there is any water inside, he can throw a stone at me. Actually, a new cell phone will be better. We go on drowning phones. As they say, down periscope. One, two, three. Some experts say that to save the drowned, you need spirit. Whoops. Like not to drown your sorrow in it. But drown the device itself. Well, so what? As they say, for a drunk, the sea is knee-deep. This method is based on a simple chemical reaction. Water in the phone is combined with ethanol, which, unlike that, almost doesn't conduct electricity, which excludes the risk of short circuits. Besides, the spirit evaporates much more quickly than water. Thus, the recipe is simple. Keep the phone in water for about a half hour. Take it out, wipe it with a piece of cotton, a napkin, or dry it with the same hair dryer in the cold mode. In the final part of the show, another few methods of saving your mobile phone from water, and the verdict of a specialist on which method has proven the most effective. And a few more methods to save your phone from water. This time, I'm throwing two of them at once. I'm disassembling rice. Any housewife that it absorbs moisture perfectly. That's why I simply put the device into the rice. Well, and according to the same principle, we'll put the second round into the so-called silica gel. A solid hydrophilus sorbent made of an oversaturated solution of hydrosilicic acid. Bags with this matter are usually put into, let's say, a new pair of shoes. If you believe the producers, its holdout properties are much better than those of rice or other organic analogs. This perfect method has one small disadvantage. Not everyone has some silica gel at home. Although, to think of it, this matter is the basic component of cats' litter boxes, yet we're not going to carry out such an experiment. Two days later, all our drowned phones were brought to an expert. Let's first try to switch on our phones and see which of them works. Yes.
Okay, so, well...
I'll take the second. This is the fridge.
Yes, I'll start with the first one. Well, here's a dryer. The dryer is...
Oh,
It turned on.
the fridge turned on, friend.
The dryer turned on as well.
The dryer as well.
Yes. The touchscreen functions. I can see the picture. It works. Well, I think we won't even try to turn it on after...
Well, we can show what is inside.
The microwave oven.
Yes. Yes, the beauty. Well, it's inside. Well,
You are not recommended to use the microwave oven. No way. Okay, let's see. What happened after the spirit was applied?
well, I have rice.
It turned on after the spirit.
And it turned on after the rice as well. It's impossible.
Well, the idea is clear straight away. The phone was plugged into spirit. I can see stains on reflective plates.
I don't know yet whether the touchscreen works, but...
The most interesting will be inside.
Well, we have the last round here, which was lying in silica gel.
It turned on.
Thus, it's 5 out of 5. Well, only the microwave let us down.
Well, yes.
We are now taking them into pieces.
Okay, what the autopsy showed. First, at once. The best method was with the fridge. Well, I don't see any corrosion besides the connector. Well, connectors, they corrupt in any case. That's because they are there, at the entry, and immediately, they get the moisture immediately. As for the dryer, well, it's impossible to completely get rid of all moisture, so they all corrode. All oxide spots, they all corrode perfectly. It all corrodes, so if you don't touch it, it will die at a certain moment. Spirit. By the way, the spirit has shown itself in a good way. The only thing is that the screen was poured over. The device works. There's no corrosion. Even the connector didn't corrode. Well, I mean, the spirit solved all water. Yes, yet it poured the LCD backlight. Rice, the same.
Well, in principle...
Let's bust this myth anyway. Here they are, corrosions. So, all these areas, they corrode. Here you can see the oxide spots, here.
Well, do you mean the repairs will cost a lot?
Well, for this device, it doesn't make any sense at all.
I see.
Silica gel. At present, what do we have here? Connector. Well, that's usual.
The connector as well.
Yes, and the connector on the board. You mean that in one area it got corroded?
Okay, so compared to the microwave oven, the rice did quite well. It takes the 5th place in our subjective rating. Spirit, as they say, does both good and bad. The 3rd place is given to the hair dryer, the 2nd to silica gel. The least damage was done to the phone, frozen in the fridge, yet even this method isn't stable.
Okay, so if your device drowned, it's immediately 50-50 in terms of whether it's going to work. Yes, whether it will function or it will not depends on your luck. That depends on where exactly the water got in.
All in all, the conclusion is as follows. Dry it with a hairdryer, put it into a fridge, and take it to a specialist after that.